Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be looking at how to find the mean of numbers, and a lot of people will say the average, but in 6th grade vocabulary we call it the mean. And don't forget that there is my Instagram that you can go and follow and just keep up with some fun updates. So let's first look at some examples. So the mean is a measure of center. So you will start looking at measures of center in probably 4th grade, but I don't think, or not 4th grade, 5th grade, but I don't think that they call it measures of center. But in 6th grade, we are calling it measures of center. In our another video coming up, we'll also look at another measure of center. And so that just means that you're finding a data point that kind of represents the middle of this data. So now, the mean, to find the mean, you're going to add up all of your data points. Then you're going to divide the sum. So after you add up all the numbers, you're going to divide those by the number of data points you have. So the mean has also been called the average of numbers. This is how you get your overall grades in school. So a lot of my students are like, what's my grade? What's my grade? What's my grade? Well, if you're getting your scores back, you are able to find what your grade should be, unless they're weighted scores. But you can find what your grade is by finding the mean of your scores. So it is the mean of your scores. Let's look at some examples. So we're going to find the mean of these data points. So just like our note said, the first thing we need to do is we're going to add up all of our numbers. Okay, so if we added up all of these numbers, and I went ahead and did that, we would get 62. So then you're going to take 62 and you're going to divide it by how many numbers that you have. So we need to count how many data points we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to divide 62 by 10. So our mean will be 6 2/10. So sometimes your mean will be pretty even numbers, or not even numbers, but pretty whole numbers. Or sometimes they will be decimals, and then they might tell you round to this place value. But in this one, it gave us a pretty terminating decimal, so 6 2/10. So our mean of these data points is 6 2/10. So now let's look at another one. So now we're going to find the mean. So we're going to add up all of our numbers. And if we add up all of those numbers, we would get 123. So then we're going to divide by how many data points we have. And we have 7. And if you divide 123 by 7, you will get a really long decimal. And so I'm going to say round it to the nearest hundredths. So I always tell my students really a good place for at least average would be 2 decimal places. So that would be 17 57 hundredths. All right, one last example. So we're going to find the mean score of the following test scores. Okay, so great example as to how you can find what your test grade would be in a class. So we're going to add up all of these numbers, all of these test scores. Okay, so if we add up all of those test scores, we will get 640. So then you're going to divide 640 by how many scores you have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scores. So 640 divided by 8. And that gives you 80. So that means your test scores for that class will be 80, which would be a B here in Kentucky. So now I want to show you all something, especially for my students who, well, I've done really good on some, on some tests. I got some C's here, but I've got mostly B's and A's. Why don't I have a higher score? Well, that 50 there, let's look at what your score would be if you took out that 50. You did not get a 50 on that test. So let's do 75 plus 80 plus 90 plus 95 plus 80 plus 75 plus 95. Okay, and that will give you 590. So now you're going to divide that 590 by, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scores. And that gives you, it'll give you a long decimal, so we'll round it to the nearest hundredth, but 82 and 29 hundredths, which would bring your score 2 points higher. So see how those low test scores can affect your grade. Okay, I just want to show you all that. So I hope that this helped you all. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so that you can stay on top of all of the videos that I am making to help students and families while they're working at home together. So I hope everybody stays safe, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.